Welcome to the solution walkthrough for the line chart assignment. And to recap your key objectives here, you needed to add a line chart to the customer detail report to show total customers by week, add a trend line and a zoom slider to the x-axis, and then enable tooltips and format them to match the line chart in our executive dashboard tab, like so. Now, by now you're probably realizing that the simplest and most efficient approach is typically to copy an existing visual that has most of those formatting settings applied and then simply modify it, which in this case would look something like this. All we need to do is get rid of the forecast here, add our build options, and instead of total revenue, we'd be looking at total customers, like so. And from here, it would be as simple as changing the line color to that gray. And it looks like the title we need to update as well to weekly customers instead of weekly revenue. And that's it. So very, very quick update just by copying and applying changes to an existing visual. But for this walkthrough, I want to go through it from scratch just for anyone who's doing the same and who wants one more chance to see kind of the step-by-step process of building this from scratch. So let's go ahead and build one from scratch as well. I'm going to kind of drop it in place right here to the right of those cards that we built. That's looking good. And to build it, our x-axis is the time period, start of week. Our y-axis, values, total customers. And that's it for building. If we go into our format pane, we could go ahead and add our zoom slider and our trend line here. We're going to format these in just a sec, but might as well add them while we're here. And now we just need to go through and do that fine-tuning formatting to get it to match this version down below. So let's go ahead and start with our title. That's going to be weekly customers. And we need to change the font to Seago UI. I believe that was size 10, which looks good. And we want to center that horizontal alignment. So title's all set. For the X and Y axis, it was just dropping the font size of the values down to an 8. So let's do the same thing here. That's good. For our zoom slider, we don't need that y-axis slider, so we can disable that one. And for our lines, we drop the stroke width down to 2 pixels, and we change the color to dark gray. Last thing in this menu is to adjust that trend line. And remember, we bumped up the transparency all the way to 75%. And that's looking like a pretty good match between these two charts. One thing that I still need to take care of are these X and Y axis labels. Let's use the on object formatting to do that. Just double clicked, select the Y label, delete, select the X axis label, delete, and that's looking pretty good. Last step here is to update these tooltips. See, I've got the default format here. This is the format that we want. So remember, when we format these, we have to go into the properties pane for the visual, and you'll see the tooltips options listed here. So again, this is going to be a default tooltip. We're going to use a label color of white, value color, bright blue, drill text of white, and our background is going to be that dark gray with a 10% transparency. And I believe, if I remembered that correctly, that should match perfectly with the version on our exec dashboard. So there you go, 2 different ways to accomplish the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and kill this one that we had for reference. And there you go, assignment complete.